This year, BMW M will do something it's never done before, put an M3 Touring into production. As part of its plan to celebrate its 50th anniversary, the M division is launching the first ever BMW M3 wagon production car. However, little do many of you know, the new M3 Touring isn't actually the first M3 Touring, it's just the first one to go into production. Let's rewind a bit, to the early 2000s. BMW M was working on something very special in its top-secret prototype lab. Away from the prying eye of the public, BMW M actually developed a wagon version of the iconic E46 M3. It was a gorgeous, hugely desirable prototype that was kept hidden from the public for many years. BMW M built it to see if its cost would justify its potential sales. Ultimately, the larger BMW group felt as though it couldn't. Thus, the stunning E46 M3 Touring project was scrapped, and the world lost the chance to have what would likely be considered one of the brand's greatest cars. The E46 M3 Touring prototype was like all other E46 M3s. It used a 3.2-liter naturally aspirated inline 6-cylinder engine, making 333 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. At the time, the idea of a naturally aspirated engine making more than 100 horsepower per liter was considered sorcery. So imagine stuffing that incredible engine into a 5-door family wagon. That's what the E46 M3 Touring prototype was. Sadly, it stayed locked away in a vault, only to be taken out years later as a museum piece. Now, nearly 2 decades later, the M division is finally building an M3 Touring production car. Based on the latest generation of M3, the new M3 Touring will be faster and more capable than the E46 could have ever dreamed of being. This new G81 M3 Touring might not have the iconic good looks, the free-breathing engine, or the top-secret beginnings of the E46 M3 Touring prototype, but at least it's going to exist for the public. When it debuts, the G81 M3 Touring will pack a 3-liter twin-turbocharged inline 6-cylinder engine, pushing out 503 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. All of that power will be sent to an X-Drive all-wheel drive system, which means the BMW M3 Touring will be a 500 horsepower, all-wheel drive BMW M3 with a practical wagon body style, 5 doors and 5 seats. Daily drivers don't really get any better.